Hey guys, it's Kelly. Thanks for stopping by. In this video, I'm going to show you how I made these cards using the October 2022 Simon Says Stamp card kit. So I'm not an affiliate with them. I love their kits, and I just like to share the things I create with it. So I hope you find some inspiration here. So I just started with some background. I wanted to use the stencil. I've been having a lot of fun with this kit. I've been using it for my art journal, all kinds of stuff. But I'm using some broken china and tumbled glass just to get a blue background, and I just inked it on there. I slapped it on. It does not have to be perfect, but it's distress, right? So the best thing about it is that there's no perfection required. So, and that's just ink blending, and it's not even blending. It's just adding color to the page. And I was okay with it not, I mean, it looks messy, right? But it's going to be in the background. So, and that's a 6x6 piece of cardstock, and it is 110 Neenah Solar White. Love that. And I just started stenciling on there. Now, I wanted to give you guys a tip and trick here. So that roll of tape that I got is really, really cheap. It's just artist tape. And it is as low tack as you want it to be. If you put it on the paper, it might tear it. But all you have to do is like put it on like your clothes, get a few fibers on there, on your hand like I did. And you can save a lot of money on those fancy tapes. Now, I like the low tack tapes that they have in some of the craft stores that they sell, but it's just, for me, I use, it's just not necessary. If you're going to use masking and you need bigger pieces, that's another thing, right? But there's other ways to mask just to keep it affordable. So, and then on my roll of tape, I also like to get one edge of the tape kind of rolled over just so you got a little tab. So you don't search around and have to pick at the tape to start it again. That's an old school trick. A lot of people already know it, but there it is. All right, so I wound up using both of those ink pads out there. Those are the ones that come in the kit, and I wound up using the I think it's citrine, the yellow one. And I had already made this this design with some variations in it. And what I wanted to do for this one is I wanted to add some of that spice marmalade ink in the center, just so that I had like some shading around where the middle of the flower would be. I think in the end, you can barely even make it out. It's probably a very, very minimal difference, but the effort's there either way. So that's the whole reason why I'm putting that in there, is because I've already used the stencil once, and I was like, it'd be nice to have a little shadow right outside of the center of the flowers. So it'll make more sense when it's done. But this stencil set came in the kit, and I think there's 4 layers to it, and you just line them up. And you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're done. And it's a really soft kind of, like I said, it's a little whimsical, but and almost watercolor looking. It's cool. It was totally unique and different. Not my usual style, but you know what? I love stepping out of my comfort zone sometimes. But I love sunflowers. I'm a sucker for them. Always will be. I just love them. And these turn out so cute. Kind of like daisies too. So, you know, I don't know names of flowers, guys. If they're pretty, I just like to color them. That's where I'm at with it. I can't grow anything. I got a black thumb, just for the record. So now I'm going to do the center of it, and I'm using walnut stain, and I'm just kind of saturating it. And it's really forgiving. These stencils, you just tape it down, make sure you line it up. It's not hard to line up. It looks complicated, but once you have these stencils in your hands, you'll get it. It's really not hard. I can see a little bit of orange in there, so I have no regrets about doing that at all. But I probably, next time if I use a stencil for a card or for anything, art journaling or whatever, I'm probably going to put a little bit more in there. So I'm just lining it up, and here's where all the leaves come in. And then with the leaves, I got some different colors of ink in there. So I definitely used what came in the kit because, I mean, this beautiful, beautiful green. I really like that. And then I use a darker green too. I believe mowed lawn is what I used, because I wanted a little bit of depth in the leaves and the stems. So I spared you most of that, but I'm showing you the other color. I think it's mowed lawn. Yes, it is. So yeah, just a little bit, you know, it's definitely got the darker green and the more green to it instead of the limey color. And I thought it would be good to put it kind of at the base. So it's pretty strategic where I'm putting it to try to get the shades, and I thought it turned out pretty good. So there it is. It wound up really cute. I really like it. I really like it. And then I just added more ink at the bottom just to kind of give the illusion of like grass or mist or something, just so that it's grounded somehow. And I knew that, again, I was going to cut this after I get it all nice and dry. I was going to cut this and make 2 mini slimline cards out of it. And you get to see, well, you saw those at the beginning. But for this one, you just cut it, cut it at 3, because the mini slimline is usually 3 by 6. Some of them are like 3 1/4 by 6 1/4, but I'm telling you, there's no rules, guys. Just make it how you like it. Just if it fits in that standard, letter envelope, then you're good. You're good. You don't have to overthink it. You can make your own envelopes too, which is cool. I'll do another video on that. There's lots of videos out there on those. But I added some black dots in the center of the flowers on one of those, and then on the other one I added white. And I think that I wound up liking both of them. So both of these have white and black dots in the center. You could hardly see it in the video, but it was a cool little touch that I liked. And I'm just dotting it. And that's a medium point pen, my white jelly roll pen. That seems to be the best white pen I've been able to find. And then I'm just, when you cut these things, you got to trim it down. I don't have exact measurements. I didn't keep the measurements. I just look at it and then I'm like, okay, I need a little bit more. So I love this guillotine trimmer. It trims off the teeniest, tiniest little, and it just perfect every time. And every time you use it, it actually sharpens itself. So this is one of the staples. And I don't know how I could live without this particular trimmer. They're all over the market. You can get all kinds of different trimmers, but this one here, my absolute favorite. This one, and then the tonic one that I'll show you here in a bit. So for one of these cards, I wanted it to have a little bit more, I don't know, a little shading. It's the art journaler in me, I think, because I love ink and I love to have shading along the outside. And I didn't want to take away from the beautiful colors that were in there and the flowers, but I wanted it to be just enough to kind of force your eye in the middle. And there's no forcing involved because they're so cute, but still, I did it. So I used Vintage Photo and then Walnut Stain. I really like that combination when you just want a little bit of shading and shadows on the outside. So I did it just to that one, not to the other one. We left the other one kind of crisp. Just so you can see the difference between the two. I thought, this one I feel like doing it on, and the other one I didn't want to do it. And then at the bottom again, just in an effort to kind of ground it. Otherwise you just got stems and flowers floating in air. So that's what I was doing there. And in the end, when I was looking at them, I'm like, I kind of wish I didn't do that. Or maybe I would have toned it down a little bit. Or I could have put some masking with a hill so that they're kind of rolling on a hill. I probably could have done that. And if I make this, I really like this style. It's a really cute design. It's very versatile. And then look at all the sentiments you could put in that one spot on there. So probably do that next time. Where I put a little masking and a hill, just so that it's a little bit more grounded. But I still like how these turned out. But let me know in the comments below what you think. Would you put a hill on there? Would you just put a straight line? I usually do that. And then you could put the sentiment below. But I'm kind of into the simple design lately. And, and you watched the process with the stencil. It wasn't that hard. It wasn't hard at all. It looks complicated. You're like, how did you know which one? Literally, when you're looking at them, it's like you can't miss. Each one is 6 by 6. Even if you don't do it in the order I did it, it would still be fine. So it's one of those foolproof things, because all those stencils, those roundabout ones and the layering ones, they always look so complicated. They're really not. I was just overthinking it. I always kind of get turned off by those. So I'm like, I'm not going to be able to figure that out. Yeah, I can figure it out just fine. And so can you. But yeah, having fun in my craft room. I'm loving the extra time that I am making happen. And I love that I'm back doing videos again. I love this stuff. I don't, there's some people that make money on YouTube. It'd be great if I did. If I could do this full time, I'm all in if I could. But, yeah, I'm loving making this a priority again in my life and just changing things up. It's really hard when you have, a full-time job and in a leadership role, and you've got demands and things like that, and a family and all that. And it's so easy to get lost in the minutia of everything that's happening around you. And then you forget to focus on things that bring you joy and make you happy. And got to do it. Got to invest in yourself. And this isn't such a big investment. I mean, yeah, I bought a lot of stuff, but not all at once. I do it over time. But I'm enjoying it, and I love sharing it. I hope you guys like it. And the whole reason I do this is to hopefully you guys get inspired to make something beautiful, because art is great therapy, and it's definitely cheaper than a therapist. I'm not saying y'all need one. I don't need one. I find my happiness elsewhere. my family, and my beautiful husband. He is amazing. I'm lucky to be surrounded by wonderful people. But so there, I did the clear embossing. Sorry, I got off track there. I did clear embossing for my sentiment, and just with black ink. I did a video on that earlier. You can have your sentiments any color you want for whatever ink you have. You just use clear embossing powder. Check the videos. I'll try and link that at the end. But this is the other trimmer that for 12 by 12 paper that I don't know if I could live without it. There are other trimmers that, you know, the sliders and stuff, but I'm replacing those blades all the time, and I wind up paying more for the blades. And then if I'm in the middle of a project and my blade's going dull, then my paper is shredded. These trimmers, you don't run into that. So they're definitely my favorite. So if you're looking to invest in a trimmer, I highly recommend the two that I use in this video, guys. Up to you. Are they a little pricier? A little bit, yeah. But again, you're not replacing the blades. These every time you use it, it keeps it sharp. So just keep that in mind when you're making your decision. Again, I don't get anything from this. I am an Amazon partner, so I do put links in my description. I do get a small thing. It doesn't cost you guys anything, but if you buy those things through Amazon, yeah, I would get something. I'm brand new to that, so I haven't seen any returns on it, but eventually it might happen. But I try to put the links out there to help you guys. If you don't know where to find them, you just click on the link. And then I guess Amazon with the affiliate program will pay their creators for that. I have yet to see that, so we'll see. Yeah, so I wanted to, gosh, I couldn't get the colors right. And I was looking at it, and I almost put this on craft cardstock, but it was too brown for me. But I think I would have preferred to put this on a dark brown instead of black. But once I put the sentiment down there and it was black, it all just came together nicely. But you could also use really dark brown paper for your matting here. Lots of options for this. But it's pretty simple. Even though it's really got a lot going on it, it's really flat. So what I've been finding, guys, I don't know if you have the same thing, but I'm sending tons of cards out. Like, I send my mom cards all the time, and she doesn't get them. And there's a lot of bulk in them, and I know what's happening. People are opening it, and they think that there's gift cards or something in there. And no, it's just paper with decorations. And people are stealing them. So she's not even getting, it's so upsetting. But, you know, I can't control that, so I just got to let it go. I'll just go see her and hand them to her. But yeah, I'm thinking that I'm going to try the cards that I make, because you can still make beautiful cards that are flat, but I like all the dimension in them. But it never seems to fail. If I send it in the mail, they're getting stolen. Now, I don't know who's doing it. I don't know if it's the postal workers or what, but whoever has access to it is taking it. So happened in sent my aunt cards in Washington, and she never got them either. And then right here in Arizona, my mom never got them. So disappointing. Very disappointing. So don't send anything in the mail, because desperate times in the world right now, and people will do anything to get money. It's a shame. But anyway, off on that. That wasn't fun. But so I like to do the insides of the cards, and let me know in the comments, guys, if you guys are into doing the insides, or if you prefer just putting, just leaving it open to handwrite it. I like the inside. I just think it adds something extra. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort to do the inside. I just kind of I just basically mirror what I did on the front as far as the matting, and just with white paper. So for this one, I just had some plain copy paper that's white legal paper, and I just put that on top of this black cardstock that I had, and put a little stamp, and then I'll handwrite it in there. So if you like handwriting in there, you can add this in there too, and it just adds a little something extra. I don't know, it's like you open the card and then, wow, there's more. I like it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. So, and this was really easy to do. You just cut it, measure and give yourself a little border. I'm definitely a fan of that. And then I decided to use one of the other stamps that I got from a previous Simon Says stamp card kit. And it's the one with all the little bunnies. Oh my God, those are so cute. I can't get enough of those. I got a video too with all the bunnies where I use them. There's like almost no coloring, but they're so stinking cute. Their little faces, can't get enough of them. So I wound up using just the little flowers, because I thought the whimsical look of those went really cute with the front. So I just mixed it up and put 3 hearts, kind of staggering, going up from the flowers below. I didn't color them because this is really cheap paper. It's just, like I said, it's just copy paper. So if I try to color it, it would kind of mess it up. I might add some stickles to the inside later, just to dress up those flowers in some yellow and green and blue, just to match with the card style. I think that would be cute on the inside, but stickles tend to like make the card stick to it, so I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what I do. There's definitely different options you can use, like the little mica paints and stuff, and still on that paper it wouldn't hurt. After I get it glued down to the mat, it should be fine. But yeah, and just use my trusty ATG to put that on there. You see how flimsy that paper is. It's like, but I had those, like I had a bunch of legal size paper that I wasn't using, and I was like, I might as well use these for the interior of my cards. So I can write on it. It's nice and white, nice and clear. So, trying to make sure I use up all of my supplies, even things in my office that aren't necessarily card making supplies or art journaling supplies. So there it is. And then my trusty little stamp. I'm going to have to get a new one because I'm really not crazy about this one, but you get what you pay for, and it was really, really cheap. I just ordered it on Amazon and they just sent it to me. It wasn't a big deal. But I like to put that in there. It just says Designs by Kelly, just to show that I made it. And then I dry it so it doesn't smear. And there's the other two that I made prior to those. And I hope you guys like it. It's kind of fun. It was a lot of fun making these, and they're pretty simple. They look complicated, but they're really simple. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got inspired. Please don't forget to like, comment, and share, and hit the notification bell so you see the new videos that I post. Thanks, guys.